And as usual, I'm not going to mute anybody.
Oh, we're live. Oh, I'm going to turn this fan off, though. It's awfully loud.
Going to the Whaley House.
Instagram is going.
The Whaley House is so cool, and they're having like a big old celebration too.
I've been there twice, and it's amazing.
Oh, you've been there twice?
Yeah.
Look at what I said. I said that Ryan's keeping us late because he's primping his hair.
I don't have any hair to primp.
You got all kinds of beard hair. You got hair on your head still.
You know, sometimes you could perm it. Maybe that might be.
Stage dust.
I think he would rust.
Ah.
Oh,
Uh-oh. Anton called us out for the echo.
Well, hope you enjoy echoes. All right. I have nothing beyond that. Sorry. I'm just kidding. Let's start the show. Tonight, live on the air. Wait for it. All right, the best part of the show, though.
The Whaley House in San Diego is a historical landmark and considered one of California's most haunted locations. In 1856, despite having watched hangings from a gallows on the land, Thomas Whaley purchased the property and began building a home for his family. Over the years, the house would have a general store, the first commercial theater in San Diego, as well as a second county courthouse. Not long after moving in, the family told a reporter they had often heard footsteps there. They believed it to be the ghost of Yankee Jim Robinson, who had been hanged at the location for stealing a boat. In addition to deaths on the gallows, several members of the Whaley family passed away there, including baby Thomas from scarlet fever, matriarch Anna, who died at age 80, as well as her daughters Frances and Corinne. But the most notable death in the family was Violet, who shot herself while depressed over a failed marriage. This happened in the outhouse in back of the property. The family heard the gunshot, and her father carried her inside, where she passed away. I lived in the San Diego area for several years and visited the Whaley House twice. I arrived early and was alone in the home when it opened, except for one docent. He remained downstairs, seated in one of 3 chairs in the hallway, and encouraged me to explore and take photos. As I did so, I felt a faint presence in the dining room. It seemed off to the side of the dining room table, female and reluctant to be known. When I approached the stairs, there was a very strong female spirit standing there. She didn't seem evil, but felt very stern, as if watching over the home. The bedrooms had plexiglass partitions in each doorway, so I went on and entered the theater. And in doing so, I got an immediate headache. The room felt very dark and heavy, completely different from the rest of the home. I took pictures and left, passing the docent on his way up. With my hand on the doorknob to leave, I heard a very strong internal, intuitive voice tell me to turn around and take one last photo of the hallway. When I got home, I saw what appears to be a small white figure underneath the chair where the docent had been sitting. It looked similar to a cat, and since both cat and dog spirits have been seen in Whaley, I thought that's what it might be.
I don't know why I was told to take the picture unless it was just to capture this image or if it's something a little more personal.
See, I see an owl watching you. This feels like your guide, not an animal that lives there or stays there. It feels very much like someone attached to you that follows you around, not anything that has to do with this location.
Wow. Well, this is going to be quite the night. It's time to play Myth or Mystery, the weekly panel show where our panel here, with the help of our viewers, decide the videos or images we're watching tonight are myth, mystery, or unknown. Remember, this series is heavily reliant on our viewers voting on the videos each week, so please share this video out to get more people to join in. You can only vote for videos on YouTube at Myth or Mystery Live, though you can comment on the videos from anywhere you're watching tonight. The only way you can vote is through YouTube. The link to vote is pinned to the top of the comments page, so please take a look at that. This is an episode you do not want to miss out on, be able to vote and participate in. So we got a lot of stuff going on here, so let's go ahead and get things going. Let's meet our panel tonight. My name is Greg Bakken, and I'm a paranormal investigator. I've been doing this for about 15 years, and I do a nightly radio show on AM 950 called Ghost Box Radio with Greg Bakken, where we talk about the paranormal, ufology, Bigfoot, and so much more. You can also pick up the show over on my Facebook page, Ghost Box Radio with Greg Bakken. Let's talk about Harlow real fast. Harlow is, you just saw and listened to her experience over at the Whaley House, which is pretty incredible. Harlow is co-producer, graphic artist, researcher, and video researcher. Harlow is also a writer and illustrator with her book, Plugged Into the Paranormal, about her lifelong paranormal experiences. Harlow's book on her paranormal experiences, as well as her fiction and art, can be found on Amazon. The link is in the comments. Now, we're going to be hearing and seeing from Harlow throughout the show tonight, but we're going to say goodbye to her right now. But there's a lot more that we're going to hear from her throughout the evening. So thank you, Harlow. Next up is Ryan. Ryan, he became a paranormal investigator 15 years ago when he got off the assembly line and they fitted him with a 45 terabyte hard drive. He is also an investigator and evidence review go-to guy. Ryan is good at finding things no one else has found. And whether we like it or not, he's going to hit you with some cold, hard facts, but also what he's going to do is if there is something that you did not find in your footage that is paranormal, there's a very good chance that Ryan is going to find that for you. He has done that multiple times on this program. And then we have Miriam. Miriam is our psychic medium who specializes in remote viewing, aliens, and clearing dark energies. She's also a teacher of spirituality, the paranormal, and bridging the gap between the two. Now, if you missed our show last week, head over to Myth or Mystery Live on YouTube to check it out. We had a great discussion on personal experiences with haunted homes and had a really interesting analysis on a haunted barn. And I think that's where, once again, Ryan was able to kind of see some stuff that we didn't quite see originally. And folks, it's the first Thursday of the month. So that means that it's our trivia drawing for a chance to win Myth or Mystery merch. I'm so excited I can't even say it. So stay tuned as we're going to take place during our paranormal trivia segment. There's a lot going on tonight, but before we get started, I do have to say, Ryan, let's just ask, is it worth it? Is it worth the time tonight it took you to get yourself ready for the show? Because, I mean, there isn't really...
we'll have to see how the night goes. If it works the way we want it to, I think it'll be worth it.
All right. Because it's it took a lot of time, and it almost looked like that it put the time that Miriam takes to get ready. Like it almost made that seem short, which is, I said almost, not completely.
Well, I went through 2 computers and a phone to try to make it work. So we'll see.
Okay, so people need to know what you're talking about. We're trying to set up Ryan's ovulus so you all can see it, because his ovulus is very talkative and we always miss it because it's not propped up, or he'll just like casually put something in the private chat and I'm like, hello, the ovulus just said something, and then I get yelled at for interrupting, and it's a whole thing.
Kind of like how you just interrupted this conversation.
Yep.
Hey, it's like I say to Bruce, I live here, you know.
It's kind of like I was about to explain with the obelisk, the whole setup of the obelisk, and then we had, well, you're not saying it crafts enough, so yeah, that's kind of how that turned out.
Wait a minute, what happened? What was last Thursday's nightmare was that was the storm, right?
Yeah, well
Sorry.
done. Yes, you're
Sorry.
and the award for emotion goes to the medium over there.
You would think it would go to Ryan. I'm sorry, it's been a
Jesus.
sunny 85 for the last 2
My
weeks. I forgot.
God.
Josh, how are you? Are you okay? Is your house? He's obviously okay, or he wouldn't be on the.
This is the trying to make it up portion of the conversation here. Like, oh well, how was it? Is everything okay? Is everything?
Oh well, Linda, she's less compassionate than me.
Well, I mean, that's kind of par for the course, Linda Judd. So yeah, I mean, that's okay. Well, anything else that you're not aware of that's happening in the world that we can fill you in on? Just let us know. We can.
Is there a presidential election coming up? Is it this year or next year?
No, you're fine. You're fine. Nothing to worry about.
Going on.
Nothing else of consequences going on at all. With that being said, what do you fill your time with, Miriam? I mean, we haven't asked you how you're doing. Matter of fact, we didn't ask you how you're doing in the pre-show because we were so preoccupied with setting up one small piece of equipment that took 45 minutes to get on camera. So,
well, that's also because I twisted his arm to do it.
Yeah, you did, didn't you?
Yeah. Hi, Nancy.
Part of me, I mean, I hate to say it, part of me hopes it doesn't work tonight just because you pushed so much.
It's going to be completely silent all night now.
No, we're going to get it to work. It's going to be a big night. We got something really unique going on tonight. Oh, go ahead. Penji has something to say?
No, I just going to say this is the star of the show right here.
It really is. We're going to be using that little sucker a lot tonight.
Absolutely. So what are we doing tonight?
I don't know. I forgot. So it's so funny how last week we were talking about if we've ever walked into a house or a store and felt an energy, right? And we were sharing stories, and I was like, "Oh, I had this great when I just moved 10 days ago." So I was like, we had this great energy in the bar here, and I really loved it. But when we came into the home, I felt the apartment, I felt that energy. But when I went into the bedroom, it felt a little like, ugh. But I was like, that's okay. The rest of the place feels good. I can just clean out in the bedroom. Well, we get busy and I forget. And so I didn't do that. So the first night here, the first night up until last night, I've been having what I call night terrors, which I've never had before in my life, but waking up gasping, and not like what's that called when you can't breathe and you
acid reflux?
No,
sleep apnea.
Sleep apnea, not sleep apnea. Because I can breathe, I'm gasping with fear, and then I'm awake all night. And so this starts, and I go into my meditation every day, and I'm like, what's going on? This is new. Is this hormonal? Is this, am I picking up on, all the things, right? Am I picking up on the neighbors? Is it what, blah, 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 all this stuff. So it keeps going and going. And so I'm just waiting for direction on what this thing is. So then finally I get direction. I go, this is 3 days ago. It's Thursday, because I believe I contacted all of you guys. I contacted Greg and Harlow and Ryan on Monday. I get up from my meditation. I go outside to Bruce and I say, Bruce, something's going on here. And I'm explaining to him what these night terrors that I call them. I even had this one night where I'm hearing like, it's your time to die. It's your time to go. You have to get comfortable with that. And not like we're coming for you. It was more of like, I genuinely was like, oh, am I dying? Is it time for me to die? Is something going to happen? And then I have this other night where I'm awake and I'm trying to sleep, and I have this experience of falling off a cliff and can feel myself like it's getting out of control. So I tell Bruce, and he's like, okay, well, I mean, you're the one that has to deal with this. So, Bruce is like, well, just tell me what you need me to do. So 10 minutes after that, we go into my bathroom and I'm showing him where I want him to hang my jewelry. And I'm holding all my jewelry in my hands, but I'm standing still. I'm just standing still, holding my jewelry like this. And all of a sudden, I fly forward. The jewelry goes flying. And had Bruce not been there, honestly, I probably would have been like, it's me being clumsy. But I was at a standstill. And Bruce goes white and he goes, someone just pushed you. He goes, your body moved as if someone pushed you from behind. And I said, okay, that's all I need to know. Obviously, someone's here. That's what all the dreams are. So my first reaction was to text Greg and say, Greg, I need you to help me with this. And then I reached out to Harlow. I didn't tell Harlow everything. Harlow's like, tell me. And I'm like, I didn't tell Greg anything either. I didn't want to give it energy because from a very selfish space, I wanted to save it for the show tonight. And I thought, oh my God, am I going to be able to sleep for the next 3 nights just for the show? But after that happened, I started laying out some crystals and things started to calm down. Bruce might disagree. He tripped over my crystals about 2 or 3 times, and you can hear him go, God bless it, Miriam. Is that another crystal? And I was like, sorry. So that's when I said, okay, I feel like Greg needs to help me clear this person from this space. And so let's do it tonight. And here we are.
There we are. And so this will be interesting. This will be very interesting. Do we want to introduce our special guest that's going to help with the clearing? No, Ryan?
Not yet. It fell over, so I got to reposition it again.
It fell over. It took you
45
minutes.
Does it look okay?
It hasn't ever looked okay.
Want me to put it up?
Let's put it.
Oh, you got it? Okay.
You can't really see it, can you?
Well, it was fine. What happened?
It fell over.
Sorry. I wasn't listening. I was reading the comments.
What fell over? Did the case fall on the Ovilus?
The phone fell over.
Oh, it's on the phone. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Well, let's give you E for effort on that at least. That was, I mean, that was a good try.
All right. E.
Well, see, already it's falling apart, Miriam. All your best laid plans are.
But hey, guys, what I want to mention is if anyone has equipment at home, like an Ovilus or anything, what else? Like cat balls. I hate saying that word.
K2s, REM pods. Here's the thing, though. Miriam, we didn't talk about this. I want to interject, though, real fast. I would recommend if you all are going to do anything that's with your equipment or something, please try to ground yourself first. Please protect yourself. Don't just blindly do this with us. Sorry, I don't mean to be dad over here, but just
no, of course. No, I'm glad you did that. Yes.
Just to make sure, because and if you and anyone who's watching, quite frankly, I would say that what you want to also do, if you're just watching, you're not taking just kind of put some protection on yourself, just ground and just quickly just be like, just call in your spirit guides, whatever else, and just be like, hey, just protect me. I'm watching this. Nothing's going to happen. I'm good. Just to make sure. Okay. So, because this is live, so you never know.
I love that. Yeah. I mean, I'm going to, whenever I do this work, I always make sure that I am looking out for everybody involved. But obviously I'm not God, although I like to think that I'm God, but I'm not tonight. So yes, everything Greg said. Ryan, anything you want to add?
No, just, make sure everybody bubbles and protects and grounds themselves. We don't know what's going to happen, so it'll be interesting.
Yep. So, all right. But that's not going to be right now. That's going to be in a little bit. So we're still going to do parts of our regular show kind of leading up to this. Okay. So this should be pretty incredible, quite frankly. Even if, regardless of what happens, it's a great learning experience on how to do this sort of thing. So we're looking forward to this and hopefully to be able to help Miriam with what's going on at her house. So before we get into it too much, just a reminder for those who are new tonight, Myth or Mystery is an interactive paranormal show with a panel of seasoned paranormal investigators and mediums, plus audience participation. The panel will individually determine myth, mystery, or unknown. Myth is not paranormal. Mystery is paranormal. unknown means not paranormal, but may not be man-made or faked either. By the way, the investigation we're not doing myth or mystery on. We're not doing a voting on whether Miriam's house is myth, mystery, or unknown. Okay, I'm just going to put that out there right now. The audience is polled through the show to determine their analysis of each video, myth, mystery, or unknown. When the panel is not unanimous, the audience polling will be the tiebreaker. The audience will also have opportunities to win prizes via the paranormal trivia question segments, which we are doing our drawing for tonight. If you're watching on Facebook, jump over to YouTube to join the polling. YouTube polling is at Myth or Mystery Live, and that link is pinned to the top of your comments section that you are watching from. There is nearly as many people creating fake paranormal and UFO videos these days as there are people trying to capture genuine evidence. Add to that the capabilities of modern technology, such as hologram projections, jetpacks, and programmable drones. It is becoming increasingly more difficult to know what is real. That's why shows like ours, Myth or Mystery, are important in helping us to remember to always use our intuition and evaluate with a critical eye. So with that being said, Ryan, why don't you share what's going on with the Myth or Mystery live community page on YouTube, please?
Yeah, so every week Harlow likes to stay engaged, or we like to stay engaged with you guys. And over on our YouTube page, Myth or Mystery Live, Harlow posts all kinds of fun stuff there. This week she posted a poll. The question is, what would you do if you sensed an unwanted energy in your home? Would you tell it to leave, sage or other methods, consult a medium or priest, or all of the above? Now, Harlow said she has never had to deal with anything she considered threatening, so she would go with ask it to leave. I have had to deal with some of this stuff, kind of all of the above, depending on the level for me. Greg, what about you?
I would say so too. And, I guess I don't know about you, Ryan, but I tend to do it like in waves. Like I'm going to start with asking it to leave. If that's not the case, then we escalate it. When I was doing Ghost Box Live, which would be live spirit box sessions, we did a version called experimental sessions. And that was where we try to bring forth people of history and other things to see if we can get them through the spirit box. And one time was John Wilkes Booth. And John Wilkes Booth, he came through and he marked me. The back of my neck, there is marks, and you could feel it happening when I could feel it happening when it happened. And wow. He actually didn't leave for a week, and I couldn't get rid of him.
Wow.
He didn't leave for a week. Yeah.
That's crazy.
It was not great. Yeah. And it was one of those things that he'd love to talk to you about anything except the assassination.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
Yeah.
Miriam, what do you think?
Surprisingly, it hasn't happened to me that often in my life. When I do, it's usually it's happened more often with aliens than with a spirit, but I guess that would fall under energy. This tonight, the story I told you guys tonight is probably the most like physical experience I've had.
I'm not a fan of what you've been telling us, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, I think it's time for it to leave.
Yeah, that's not great. So I mean, if it was Ryan, would be on it like right away. But I mean, with you, we waited like a couple weeks. Whatever. So
well, I waited because I didn't know what it was. And listen, to full disclosure, to give you guys more information, because it's more dudes. Well, if you put Harlow up, then it's 2 women, 2 men, but I'm hormonal. And so with hormones comes anxiety, but also comes increased psychic ability. And so that's why for those 2 weeks, I had to really focus and meditate on, is this an experience that I'm having from hormones and then a increase of psychic ability that I'm just picking up on neighbors or whatever, or is there actually someone in here? And so I had to really take the time to differentiate what was going on.
Can I ask you a question? Over the past few weeks, it's been probably amongst some of the most busiest and probably nerve-wracking of probably for a long time. Would that have anything to do with what's going on in terms of like just like guard down, that sort of thing?
Yeah. You mean just with moving and stuff?
Moving and still doing the show and you have other things going on. I mean, it's all a lot at once.
You absolutely. I agree. Yes, for sure. Right. We always know when we're feeling weaker, we're more susceptible. But I also feel like I look back now, and the first time we walked into this place, I went into that bedroom and was like, yeah, I felt it then, but I was like, it's not a big deal. We'll deal with it, So, and then I didn't deal with it. I didn't like, I just, like you said, like there was so much going on that, I knew something had to be addressed, but I had to wait for that direction on what needed to be addressed and how.
Okay. All right. Well, let's do this then. So folks, you're hearing a lot of stuff here tonight. And so, keep that in mind. Also, once again, start your protection now. All help is important, but just make sure you keep yourself safe as well. We're going to get to that here in a little bit. Ryan, thank you so very much for that community board. So let's get going here. And as you saw in the opening, tonight is all about the Whaley House. And the Whaley House is celebrating Thomas Whaley's birthday, October 1st through the 5th. Festivities include a special exhibit of the family's personal items, and in honor of the Whaley family pug, Chubby, the Pug Rescue of San Diego will be on hand with adoptable pugs on October 6th. You can find more information on Facebook at the Whaley House Museum. Up next is our Ghost Story segment, which is combined with our first image of the night. So, audience, you're going to be able to vote before the panel analysis on video number 1 will be played. It's going to be played a few times as it normally is. You'll then have a total of 60 seconds to complete your vote. This is going to be really good. So, folks, please stay attention as we take a look at image number 1.
Hey, I'm Diamond, and this is my ghost story. It is America's most haunted house. My wife surprised me with a trip there last September, actually. And so we go to the town, Old San Diego, which is super, super creepy at night. The house itself was built in the 1800s. So we are on this tour, and we're going through the house, and the lady's telling us everything about the house. We're in this one particular room, the group of us or whatever, and then she's like, who's brave? And for whatever reason I raised my hand. I was like, me. And she's like, okay, so go into the next room alone, and then the group will meet you. So I go into the next room, which is this room here. It's like a dining room, but there's like these windows that open up to a kitchen type of area. So I'm in there alone for a little while, maybe like 5 to 10 seconds before the group comes with me. And I start snapping pictures, just randomly snapping pictures while I'm in there alone. I don't review anything until later on. So after the tour is over, nothing else really happened, but we're outside, and she's talking about one of the many deaths that happened on the property, but one that happened outside. So the night continues, we stay in the town, and we are sitting on the steps of this hotel, and I was like, oh yeah, my pictures. So I start reviewing the pictures that I took at the Whaley House, and I come across this one, right? So this, I'm gonna step out here. This is that room that I was in alone. If you can see around the edge, that's a window that opens up into a kitchen. But what's crazy about this picture to me and others that I've shown is this right here. I don't know if you could tell what it is or what you see. I know what I see, and I know what others that I've shown see. I'm interested to know what you guys see, but it did feel super, super creepy in that area for the small time that I was in there. I think the door closed behind me, so I was legit in there alone when I took these pictures, but nothing or no one was there. I want to know what you guys see. I'm gonna tell you what I see. Actually, I'm gonna just tell you what I see. I see, and what others see, is a man, head right there, in a suit with a white shirt under and a black tie. You tell me if that's what you see. But that's the head's right there, shoulders, tie, neck, and then it kind of just loses its bottom. So it's kind of like a floating torso, if you will. But I did take another picture in this area, not from the exact same angle, but nothing's there. Yeah, that's my little story of the Whaley House.
All right, polls are now closed. Panel will begin their analysis. After the panel analysis, you're all going to get a chance to vote again. Let us start tonight with Miriam.
Sorry. It fell.
That scared me.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. Greg, I think I might want to use the ovulus on this because
Pendulum.
pendulum. Yes.
I don't think the ovulus, does the ovulus even exist anymore, Ryan?
Seriously.
I mean, my goodness, what is happening at your house?
Oh,
Are you
there
sure
he
it's not? Are you
There's
sure
Avi.
it's not? Are you sure it's not Ryan's house that we need to take care of the
I
spirits
know.
and stuff?
Okay. So
What do you want to do?
I want to use the pendulum.
Okay, I'm going to take Ryan and Avi off for a sec.
Yeah.
All right, so cool. Okay.
So this is why I'm using the pendulum, because it's one of those, this picture is one of those things where physically there's something physical happening there, like human, physical, tangible, that you can touch. Here's what I'm being told, that reflects back the spirit, that reflects back spirits. Now, I'm not saying someone put something like that there. I'm saying it's just a coincidence. There's no coincidences, right? But there's this so I'm feeling two things. I'm feeling something very physical, like something on the wall in the building that's very real, right? That you can see with your hands, you see with your eyes and touch with your hands. But then I'm being told that, and I'm being told by actually Thomas Whaley, the father, the right. That's the, yeah, Thomas Whaley. I'm looking at the pictures on my phone here, that reflects back any beings that happen to be there at the time. So my question to the pendulum is, are we looking at Thomas Whaley?
Wow. No.
Okay. Am I making sense on what I'm describing, Greg?
Yeah, you are. And that's something I think I'm kind of struggling with right now with my thoughts on this.
So it's like to make it really simple. It's almost as if that thing that physical thing I'm saying is like a mirror, and it's a mirror for spirits. And when spirits walk by, you can actually see them through this mirror. It's not that. It's something on the wall there, something in the building, on the building there, that happens to reflect if a being is present. And she captured that, but it's both. It's both a physical part of the building, and there's a spirit that everyone is seeing in there.
For what it's worth, Miriam, I think you're actually 100% right that it is Thomas Whaley. I don't think that we're given the truth.
Really?
I don't think we're being given the truth. Someone other than Thomas, can you please answer, is that Thomas Whaley in the photo? And it's now saying yes.
Okay, so Harlow and Ryan both have questions. Harlow is asking, could it be Yankee Jim?
No.
Okay, Ryan, who do you want? Ryan has a question. Could it be Violet?
No.
Okay.
Let me ask the question one more time about Thomas.
Could it be, is it Thomas Whaley?
Do you see a change?
It did. And that's because you told it off?
I just like, this is not the truth. It just like this, he doesn't want, it's like he doesn't want to be seen. Thomas, do you prefer not to be seen? Look at that go.
Yeah, because he's not, he is there with, he's got some, I don't want to say rage and anger, but it's almost like he has some, he's still like, this is my space. This is my space. And I don't want to be famous. I don't want to be looked at. I don't want to be like, that's how he's feeling. And I know that the people that run the Whaley House are respectful and by no means are trying, would want to infringe on that. But this is what I'm hearing him say in this moment. But I'm also asking him, are you okay with the people that come through and what's going on in your home? And he's also okay with that too.
And Penji is in agreement.
Okay, good. Thank you, Greg. I feel like I need to go unknown on this because it's, like I said, it's both things. And so, yeah, I feel like I'm unknown.
All right. So with that, I'm just going to bring back in Ryan. We'll bring back in everyone else here. I will go next. And it's tough. And the reason why this is also tough is because, to me, even based on the pendulum and what Miriam's saying, the thing is, and this is a teachable moment for people who are want to go to haunted locations. If you are taking pictures of anything at a haunted location, take at least 3 pictures at once, or do it as a burst on your phone, because what's really helpful in these situations, and I know she said, well, she took another picture, but it wasn't exactly the same angle. When you're doing the one, you do them all as a burst or a few at a time. That way you have something to look at so that you can be like, oh, this one is different. I see now. I see that it's not there, or it's not there here, but it's here there. It's not in the third one, but I don't have an explanation. That's really cool. So that's just something that you have to, you really would help a lot. And not for myth or mystery, but for you to be able to share with people because of that. And because it looks too good, it almost looks like, an app, and I know it's not an app. It's behind the window pane. It's separate, but it's too good. I have to also go with unknown because there's too many variables for me to just be able to say for sure that this is something that is paranormal. So Ryan, are you all ready?
I'm set.
All right, let's get you set up over here.
All right. So you want to throw mine up there instead?
Oh, sorry.
It's fine. Okay, so I went, this is the original picture. You can see it in there. There is some kind of hazing, I guess, some frosting on the windows, in here and over in here. So they're not clean, but they do have some reflection. I went through then and I blew it way up. Oops, sorry. I blew it up so you can really see that outline of that face. To me, though, it even though the face does have some kind of masculine features, possibly even a mustache in here, um, the dress that they're wearing doesn't feel quite right. The collar is very high on both sides here, and then
Mhm.
it's almost like there's a brooch in here, like a female would wear from back in that time. That's why I was asking if it was violet. Um, I found a picture. So all throughout the Whaley house, there's pictures of the household in there. This is the Whaley family. We got Thomas up on the top, and then Violet, who actually, I believe, killed herself. Was it in the house? I don't remember for sure.
Outside.
Just right outside.
Outside the house. And then you can see kind of how the females are wearing the high collars. That's what I'm seeing when I look at that zoomed in picture. It's
Oh
more of
wow.
the high collar than the low collars than the males are wearing. Um, and if I put them right next to each other, facial structure is fairly similar there. Um, if I put Thomas next to it, then too, it's hard to say. But like you guys are saying too, there are pictures of these people all around the house. And on the original picture, right here, this is a door. So I found a video of somebody that did an investigation. They did a video of this whole thing. This is a door. It's like a French door with glass. There's another one over on this side. So they close to close that part of the room off. So we have a lot of glass there that we could be reflecting on. Right here, you can see the shadows of the glass reflecting.
Hmm.
With all the pictures and everything else that's around the house, I would have to go unknown on this too. It's a figure, but I can't say that it's not one of the pictures that's in the house because they're all over the house.
Right. Well, that's very interesting. Very interesting.
Wow.
That's great. Thank you, Ryan.
And before we go on, sorry, I had asked Diamond if she had any questions regarding this photo she took and this location. She just said, "I'd love to know if spirits really lurk around this place, specifically the backyard and theater." And so obviously, yes, they're everywhere. You can feel them so clearly. They're all over the home. They're all over,
Yeah.
and there's energies there. Greg, maybe you know this, or Ryan, but I've noticed in all my years of, I've paranormal isn't something that I focused on my whole life, right? I
Mhm.
came into it later, um, but I just lost my train of thought. That's weird. I wanted to ask you. Oh, I've noticed that in doing readings, it with locations that are haunted and then have a lot of people coming through, there tends to be so many other spirits that weren't even there in the like have nothing to do with the location. And I
Yep.
tend to like pick up on so many of those, and I'm always like, well, what are you guys doing here?
It could be simply that it could even be people walking through with their loved ones, or just that they're a beacon and they might like the place, and they decide to stay. There's places like Villisca in Villisca,
Mhm.
Iowa, that is a place that people conjure stuff as well. I'm
Yep.
not saying that anyone's
Mhm.
conjuring anything at the Whaley House at all, but I think that sometimes that either that, or I also find that possibly a place like the Whaley House, maybe nothing around the Whaley House is as it was at the time that the Whaley House and those people were alive. So it's possible that it's bringing forward other spirits because it's something comfortable to them that they have
Mhm.
not crossed yet, and
Mhm.
that they are just like, this feels like home to them, opposed to, say, a high, a super tall apartment building or something. What are your thoughts, Ryan?
Yeah, I also feel like sometimes buildings can be almost like a magnet for spirits where it'll just
Mhm.
draw them in. It's like a lighthouse out there in the dark where, they can see it. You got the Whaley, Villisca couple here in Minnesota that it just seems like they're constantly bringing different spirits in. You'll have your regulars, but there's like a constant flow of spirits coming in, and it could be from the people coming too, but I also think it's like that spotlight out there that they're just attracted to it.
And it might also be the people who run the places as well, that they bring forward like loved ones and stuff. And I find it funny too, and I'm not saying about Whaley, but there's places in Minnesota that have history of certain people that haunt certain places, and then we find out that those people actually aren't even what they thought the history said about them. So there's a lot of misinformation too about the people in some of these locations.
Yeah. And Harlow was saying the theater for her was super dark there. And I think that that's interesting that most people feel the similar energies, right? In these locations. Mm-hmm. But I've found, and back when I was working with unexplained cases a lot, there were a lot of locations that were touristy, that they had the tours, and the actual person that home was built around, like the tour is built around, wasn't there anymore. But there were so many other energies and other energies claiming that it's there, that they're that person, and that it was just like, I think we didn't even air one of those episodes because we didn't want that location to be like, what are you doing? You're destroying our business,
Exactly. Yep. That's why I didn't mention the places that I know of.
Right.
And it's interesting too, because I just did an investigation of a place down in southern Minnesota this past weekend, where it feels like, because it's a massive home that a man and his daughter built in 1901. It's massive, and it has a chapel on the top floor, and the family was so insular, where the father wouldn't even allow his children to marry, that you're not getting any other spirits in at all. You're only getting that family. We talked to a lot of people at that location, and they were all family members. Like, they're all spirits of the family. So it's the complete opposite of this.
Right. Isn't that so interesting? But with all that being said, I do feel, and we've Harlow and I, a year or two ago, we read this location too, but I do feel family still there. I do feel the presence. Whaley? Yeah, at the Whaley for sure. I mean, obviously Thomas came right in. I was talking to him right away. I mean, he was like, he's kind of like, he's not looking to talk to people. He's not looking to escape. He's just like, okay, yeah, what do you want to know? Like, what's up? And very like kind of not thrilled about stuff. That's all.
And that's kind of what I was thinking. If that is anyone, personally, I still stand by, I think it's Thomas, and I stand by that. Just kind of what you had said of like, is that you, Thomas? And he's just like, no. Or he could also have been like, no, because that's not a picture of any of us.
Right.
It's not really what we think it is. So with that being said, unless you all want to add anything else, do we want to do look at the pre-analysis vote?
Yes. So let me
do your job.
Do my job.
So we were at 25% myth, 50% mystery, and 25 unknown.
This should be interesting for sure. Yeah, this is a good one. I love this. So with that being said, folks, did your analysis change? Whether it did or not, we ask you, please vote again. We want to know if the panel has shifted your viewpoint on image one. And remember, even if your analysis did not change, please vote the same one more time. This should be really interesting. Here we go. All right. We just listened to what the panel had to say about the video. Now it's time to hear what the audience thought. You muted yourself. There you go.
Okay. I just looked and there was a solar. Okay, they're talking about the solar eclipse. So Linda, she saw the man in the suit, white shirt and a tie. Yeah, it did look a lot like him. To the right of that, I'd be more concerned, much more concerned. Why are we? Well, everyone wants to go to Ryan's house. We'll give you the address in a minute.
Yep. And the code, the key code to get into the front door.
Right. The poll closed before I could vote. I think it's myth. It looks like a reflection. Okay. Look to the right. It's much darker and I don't see a white shirt. Okay. Maybe there's another presence near the Thomas figure. That's an interesting point. Spirit kicked me off. I'm now on Get Haunted. I told Linda Judd this was happening. Oh, okay. Sorry, Joshua. Sorry, I thought you were talking about this. It looks like a suit and black tie to me. Hi, Mandy. It looked like that to me too. The hair part on the forehead of the lady next to Thomas' picture matches the figure seen in the window. The hair part on the forehead of the lady next to Thomas. Oh, that's interesting.
On the pictures, yeah.
Let's see. Linda's just stating that theaters would have a lot more residual energy from the audience, considering that emotions are more freely expressed. Oh, that's a good point, Linda. Okay. So got it. So now we want to know what?
We'd like to know
numbers. What happens next? Sorry.
You tell us.
All right. I'm working on it. Here it comes. Ready, set, go.
This is a bigger change than I thought it would be. We went to 41% myth, 35 mystery, and 23% unknown.
So unknown went down, didn't it?
Unknown went down. We were at 25, 50, 25 before.
Yeah.
So we went more myth than anything.
Yeah. Look at that. Interesting. That's a cool photo. That was a cool one to look at for sure.
Did Avi say anything?
Nothing.
Did you tell it? It took 50 minutes to set up. Say something. What's the long word there?
Congestion.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was worth our time.
Not at all. Does someone in your house have a cold? I mean, that was a bummer.
School didn't start, so yeah, probably.
It's time for Myth or Mystery viral video segment, brought to you by the one and only Ghost Inspector Greg. Okay, guys, remember, we've changed this up a little bit, and for the viral video segment, we're going to play viral video 1, and you'll have time to vote myth or mystery. If mystery receives the most votes, the video will be analyzed on an upcoming show. If myth receives the most votes, the video will not be analyzed and it will be shot into the sun immediately. And
I forgot to do that. Sorry.
Yeah. No. It's weird. We kind of expected that. If myth receives the most votes, once again, votes will not be analyzed. Let's get started on viral video number 1. Voting is open. Go over to @MythOrMysteryLive. Don't forget that if you lost the URL to get to that, it's pinned to the top of the comments section on any of the Facebook pages you're watching from. Let's take a look and see what Ghost Inspector Greg has for us this week.
Welcome back to another Viral Videos with Ghost Inspector Greg. Let's get into it. Now, this first video is very interesting. It's a live feed of ABC during the bombing of Israel by Iran. And what makes this very interesting is I saw this myself. I was watching Steve Ram's coverage of this, and I saw this incident. And I rewound it, I looked again, I rewound it, and I looked again. Do you think this could be a spirit, myth, or mystery? Check it out.
The incoming projectiles were intercepted.
What the fuck is this shit? Look at that. Look at that.
The incoming projectiles were intercepted.
What the fuck is this shit? Look at that. Look at that.
All right, after trivia, we're going to announce the polling numbers from the viral video #1 segment. Please share with us the viral videos that you are interested in, whether they make you feel something intuitively or you are curious if it's a myth or mystery. We want to know the why behind why you chose that particular video that you submit to us. Please submit via our website at mythormysterylive.com. Your name will remain anonymous if you choose, but once again, this is a safe place, so feel free to submit whatever you want, and that's the fun of it. We want to know what you're watching and what you like. But now, here we go. This is where things get real.
It's time for our monthly drawing. Viewers who have given the correct answers from our weekly trivia contests have had their names added to Scully for a chance to win myth or mystery merchandise.
All right. Are we doing the drawing first, or we're doing round 1 trivia first?
Drawing.
All right, let's do it. So once again, folks, this is the names that have been submitted. People who have gotten the trivia question right, whether they're cheating or not, over the month of September. And this is, and I don't have anyone in specific in mind when I say that. So with that,
Liar.
I'm just giving you all a hard time. Relax. All right, so are we ready? Do we need any more pomp and circumstance, or are we good to go?
We're
all right.
pumped out.
So here we go. Once again, this is your chance. If we pick your name, we'll hunt you down to get your address, and also for sport. And then you can choose what myth or mystery merch you want. Here we go.
Oh my God, it always makes me so nervous. It's such a silly thing, but it genuinely makes me nervous. Oh my God, this is so small. Oh gosh. Did I do that? Hold on. Sticks boy.
Again. All right, there we are. Look at that.
Hey, can you even read that? Or there's a glare.
Yeah, well, you know, let's make him pick whatever he hasn't won yet, and my God. All right. Well, congratulations, Chuck. It's
Chuck.
It's a pleasure for you to win yet again. So, unfortunately, when you win more than once, you have to pay shipping and handling. So
seriously, that's actually a good idea.
Which happens to be $50. So anyway, congratulations. You know, why can't I just allow people to win and be happy? I can't. I can't do it.
You can't.
I really can't. If I'm not calling them cheaters, I am.
Totally.
You know, look at our audience. They're all like, "Hey, congratulations!" And I'm like, "You have to pay for shipping and handling." People, stop congratulating him. You're making me look horrible.
Well, wait, aren't you friends with Chuck?
I mean, I don't know if you want to call it that, but no, I'm just kidding.
Oh, well, I was going to say that's why you give him a hard time.
Yes, that's exactly. Look at all these happy people for Chuck. I don't think anyone's been this happy for Chuck before. Well done. Well done.
Chuck.
Yeah, and then you get a t-shirt on top of it or a mug, whatever. Hi, Christopher.
Hi, Christopher.
I like it that he didn't say hi to any of you.
Yeah.
He didn't.
That's what makes it worthwhile. So anyway, should we go ahead and do some trivia?
Please.
All right. So now it's a fresh slate. Okay.
Yes.
So basically what this means that is it emptied out? It's emptied out. So Scully is now empty and we need to feed it with names. And so what happens here is you win the trivia contest. You don't get your name pulled out, but you get your name put in. And then at the end of, well, actually really the beginning of November, we're going to pick a name for someone else to win. And we're going to try to make this a little bit easier, so maybe some new names can join in and feel free. We want everyone to feel welcome. So when you hear this, it's not negative. It's just a buzzer. Nothing to be afraid of. It's not going to hurt you unless you get it wrong. And this is your opportunity. You'll have 5 seconds to answer the question. And from there, we will see who wins. If you do well, you get this. And if you don't, you do this. So, all right. And we know what sound effect we like better. All right. The question is, let's see here. Heather O'Rourke is known for being in the film Poltergeist. How old was she when she died? How old was Heather O'Rourke when she died? Here you go. Heather O'Rourke is known for being in the film Poltergeist. Can't even say it. And how old was she when she died? Okay, well there we go. That was quick. But we haven't seen Tom. We haven't seen Tom's name in Scully yet. I don't think so. Congratulations, Tom.
Yay!
Congratulations,
Tom. That's so exciting.
Did anyone get the answer wrong that you could put up so I could feed?
Oh yeah, of course. I will. Here, hold on. Let's call out Violet.
Yeah, feeding on you.
Give her a buzzer.
Yeah. Well, when you're using Google, it certainly is, isn't it? Yeah. She probably knows of Heather O'Rourke from Happy Days because she probably watched that all the time. So, all right, there we go. Well, that was fun, wasn't it?
Oh my God.
So, yeah. Live on the air, we're putting the name into... Oh, hold on. Let me get my snare drum out again. All right, here we go. Congratulations, Tom. That was awesome. Okay, so keeping things moving here. I mean, we don't have time to celebrate. We have a lot of things to get to here real fast. So moving on to viral video number 2. Well, we have to first announce who won viral video number 1. What did we?
God, that's right. Sorry.
That was like 45 minutes ago.
I know. Look, it's a tie.
All right, 50-50.
I
think that's the first time that's happened.
I think we do it. We
can
do it. We had a tie before and we got in a fight and then my mom's commenting like, you have to do it. We have to do it. I don't want to get yelled up by my mother again.
She's probably taking notes on you right now. It's stuff to discuss after the show. So, I would agree, though. I think we should do it.
Okay, done. I don't have graphics. I've been so consumed with the show that I don't have graphics. I will get those.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I'm saying that for
well, to be fair, we did have graphics, and then it turned into a whole conversation about the astronauts and them being stuck, and is it okay? Yeah. And so poor Harlow's like, guys, let me know when you figure it out.
Thank you for that, because I was trying to remember why I remember telling the story about that commercial, and I couldn't remember who I was telling you why I would have. So thank you for that. All right.
You're welcome.
So now, you all done now? We got it. Yeah. You guys all figured it out? Okay, good. All right. So moving on to viral video number 2, and remember, you'll be voting myth or mystery. If mystery receives the most votes, Greg is going to go to bed. That video will be analyzed on an upcoming show. If myth receives the most votes, the video will not be analyzed. It'll be shot to the sun. We'll have a live camera on it. Did you know this? I've done 4 events this week since Saturday. So that's why I'm tired. No.
All right. Well, thank you for showing up.
I even got paid for some of them too. I know, right? All right, let's get started on viral video number 2. Voting is open over at Myth or Mystery Live. Once again, the link is going to be pinned to the comments if you haven't done so already, but it's we really highly encourage it. That way your voice will be heard. If you didn't vote and it turned out to be 50-50, you missed out. So here we go. Here's viral video number 2.
Welcome back to another Viral Videos with Ghost Inspector Greg. Well, let's get into it. Now this next video is a little bit creepy. You know, we recently talked about, can people be possessed or attached, controlled by spirits? And it appears to me that that's what's happening to this gentleman by something, as I said, extremely creepy. Let me know what you think.
ارفع اصبعك الشاهد أرجوك. إن تريد أن تدخل الإسلام انطق معي مرة ثانية وحرك إصبعك عند الشهادتين أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأن محمد رسول الله. الآن أريد منك أن تنصرف. هيا مو للمملكة الآن.
Okay, we're going to find the outcome of this video, but first we need to do this. Okay, same as before. This is an easy one. Even I'm going to say this is easy. So we're going to get through this, and you got to spell it right. Okay, I'm looking for spelling on this one because it's so easy. So here we go. What is the name?
Wait, hold on. Lord, we have somebody new. Hi, Larissa.
Hi, Larissa.
Larissa wants to know how to vote. So you're going to go Greg's going to hate me after this for interrupting him for the millionth time. But I want to. Okay, so Larissa, voting is on YouTube. It's my page. So Miriam Farish, or hopefully if you look up Myth or Mystery Live, it comes up. As you can see there on the banner, but sometimes it doesn't come up right away. Now, for the trivia, you'll just put the trivia answer in the comments. I love you, Greg.
You mean basically the stuff that I was just about to say, you had to say. Yeah. No, it's good. No, it's good. It's probably much clearer when you say it. It was probably much. You got to remember what side I'm going to try to be on here when we try to clear.
I know. I'm trying to be nice. I know.
I'm just happy. I am just thrilled that the 45 minutes it took to see this get set up has really paid off.
Paid off.
Yeah, this is. Can you please give us another? Oh, don't touch it.
Well,
what's that thing from the Addams Family that's on here?
It looked like that.
My God, you amateurs. All right, so here we go. I don't even know where. Should we just start over? I mean, I'm kind of lost my place.
Okay. Oh, well, Larissa said thank you. We're doing trivia question number 2.
Yeah, thank you. And so, I don't have to tell you how to answer because Miriam has done so. So we don't have to worry about that now. And but I am going to say this is an easy one. Even by my standards, this is easy. But I want you to be able to spell it correctly. So if it shows up correct but misspelled, you get one of these. And I cannot wait to give that to you. All right, so here we go. This is the question. As I tried to say before, what is the name of the? Okay, I just want to make sure you weren't going to interrupt me. Just wanted to make sure. I'm kind of shell shocked over here. What is the name of a vengeful ghost from Mexican folklore who is said to hunt bodies of water and mourn her children? Okay, let me read that again. Yes. What is the name of a vengeful ghost from Mexican folklore who is said to haunt bodies of water and mourn her children? You have 5 seconds to answer your question. What is the name of a vengeful ghost from Mexican folklore who is said to haunt bodies of water and mourn her children? I have to say, though, you have to spell it correctly. I'm gonna force it. Spell it right. You're not. You didn't. I'm enjoying this. Let me just say 2 have had it right already, but they spelt it wrong. Okay. Now, Miriam, I'm being too harsh to demand it to be spelled correctly.
No, I'm having so much fun. I love the buzzer.
All right, so you're close, Violet. It hurts me to have to buzz you, Mona. No. What is it? What was it? No.
I skipped Ashley.
What did Ashley say? I mean, if she has it right, we'll put it out of our misery.
Okay, come on. No, I have Patricia up there. I'm on a roll here.
No, you're not.
Larissa, I'm done. Come on. I mean, at
No
this
one's
point,
gonna
you
get
can all
this
be
right. It's
Googling.
amazing, isn't it? It's just all right. What did Ashley say?
Hold on, we're not done.
God,
Keep buzzing.
Does
I got more.
Bruce
I
ever
got
just
more. I
walk
got more
away? I mean,
people. I got more people. Everyone gets a chance.
you guys are close, but I'm. No. Thank you. Okay, you got it right. You got it. Jill, you got it.
Jill, okay, listen. So first off, you know how much I love the buzzer, but also now wait, did Ashley get it right? L.A. No, Ashley, did she? I don't have my glasses on.
Nope, not quite.
Ryan was so quick to that. He's like,
yeah, he's
nope.
like, no, it wasn't even on screen yet, and he's like, no.
Just so for those of you that are new, Ashley is Ryan's wife, so we give her a really hard time. But oh my god, I forgot what I was going to say again. Okay, who won? I just forgot.
Jill S.
Yay, Jill S. Okay, hold on. Let me get my paper.
After all that, we don't remember who won.
Oh, yeah, I know what I was going to say. I was thinking about this after last week's show. I was like, oh my gosh, how honest are our viewers? Because
how honest are they?
Well, in the amount of time all that took, you could have just Googled it and everyone still kept not Googling. And I love that.
Oh, I spelt it wrong, actually. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my God, shut up.
No, I copied and pasted from Google, as most of you do. No,
that's my point, is they're not copying and pasting, because if they did, then no one would ever be wrong and we could never have fun with the buzzer.
Why do I not drink during this? That's my question.
It made me so happy. I was in the middle of, like, I woke up, well, I was already having night terrors, but as I was having a night terror, I was like
I'm in a day terror.
I was like, how great that the audience genuinely doesn't Google until, anyway.
Until round 45, when they're just like, please end it. So,
all right, here we go. Jill, she's going in.
All right, Jill, congratulations. Thanks to the fact that nobody knows how to spell, you won. All right, here we go.
All right. Good work, people.
Absolutely. Now, just one quick question. What year is it? Because we've been doing this for so long now. I don't even remember. All right. So, viral video number 2.
Oh, I keep forgetting.
How did this turn out?
73% myth. So another one being sent to the sun.
Yeah.
No, the first one wasn't sent to the sun.
No, but we've had a lot of them in general.
Yeah.
All right.
It's too bad that one actually made it through on a night that Ghost Inspector Greg isn't on.
I know.
Yeah.
Because but
we wanted to. Greg, you and I both liked last week's that one the green monster.
Oh, the shimmer.
Cloaking.
Oh, that's right. Yes, that's right. Yeah, that was interesting. Yeah, absolutely.
So we decided to defy the audience and do it anyway.
They would never know. No, you wouldn't. If we played it, no one would be like, "Hey, we didn't vote for that." So yeah.
Actually, Anton's pretty on it, and same with Linda Judd.
And if Jeremy York was here, he would have.
Oh my God, Jeremy would totally call us out. All right.
So now it's time. Okay, now let's take away the funny for a little bit, because we got to get a little serious here. Do you want to kind of do a quick recap quickly of what's happening, what we're going to try to do here?
Okay, so if you just joined, we're going to do a clearing of my apartment. I've been here for 10 days. There's some energy here and it pushed me. My husband witnessed it. And I've been having what I've called night terrors for the last few weeks. Not sleeping, And so obviously there's something here. I felt like Greg and Ryan and Harlow and everyone needed to help with it. So I reached out to them and figured I'd wait until tonight. And so here we are.
And so what came through the ovilus?
I can't
Ryan.
read it.
Had. HAD.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so Greg, do you want to get the pendulum out and then, or how do you feel? Or do you want to just okay, so, yeah.
Do you want to be asking questions first, or what are you hoping to do?
I'm going to I'll do the actual clearing after, but I do want to get a little bit of information because when my mom came to visit that last week, she said she felt an Army vet that was here, and not sure if that person died here or not, but he was very upset and very angry, felt like his life was jilted, like he was he got the bad end of the deal, and was very hurt from that. And so when my mom started giving me this information, it all started to really align with me. After he pushed me, I was able to then connect with him directly and just asked him to gently be still and hang, and we'll work this out. And at that point, I did feel him soften immensely, start to cry, and just feel more feel more emotional, if you will. I say that because spirits have experiences, but not necessarily emotions like we do. But he did slow down and listen. And so my question, I'm hearing a Steve. Is that your name? My eyes are closed, Greg. So if you could tell me what is the pendulum.
Yes, I was just waiting to get a positive, or just knowing which direction it was going.
Okay.
And yes, that is pendulum is saying yes.
Steve, what is your connection to Greg that you felt that I felt you say you wanted Greg to be the one to be a part of this, which is what instigated holding off until tonight? Greg, does anything come through for you as I ask that question?
I think there is, I think one of the things that's binding all of us together is animals. And that's the first thing that came to my mind. Also, the fact that it seems very apropos that you would go into a house that, go into an apartment, live in an apartment that an Army vet. Oh, shoot.
What?
No, I'm totally misunderstanding here. But animals seem to be something that's part of it. I'm taking it as veterinarian. You're talking veteran, but animals still seem to be something that keeps coming through, though.
Okay. He's saying he knows you, remembers you, has been, must have been with you in a lifetime at some point. But he's saying, I know Greg.
What conflict?
He just keeps saying, I know you. Ryan, are you getting anything?
Nothing.
When you're talking, the pendulum's swinging yes much faster.
And Ryan, jump in if Harlow puts anything in the private chat, okay?
Yep.
Thank you. Okay. So Steve he's been in the bedroom, in the bathroom. He's saying he remembers you, Greg. He's been with you before, Greg. And he's actually getting a little worked up and angry that you aren't remembering him.
Can I ask questions?
Yes, please.
Steve, would I have known you from the UK?
Hang on.
Yes.
What I'm doing? Okay. He's
Are you
getting
not getting
so,
that?
no, he's just getting so worked up. I was just trying to quiet him and calm him so he could speak. Okay, go on.
Steve, when you knew me, was I also in the Army? No. Were you stationed overseas? Yes.
Was Greg your brother or sibling?
No.
Best friend?
Yes.
Okay.
Were you in Germany? Yes. Did you see combat, or do you see combat or conflict at all? Yes. And was I there during that period of your life? Certainly is. And that's not where I thought we're going with this.
Was that a yes?
It's a yes.
Big
Ryan,
yes.
Ryan, is there anything in from anyone from the audience?
Joshua's feeling a younger man, early 20s. He's not happy he's dead. He also thinks it's intrigued with you. Spirit resided there. Ask neighbors or managers of the apartment.
Okay, go on, Greg. Thank you, Ryan. You were on a roll there.
Let's see here. Let me give you a little background what I was thinking, and that I don't think I'm going the direction that Steve's going. First of all, Steve, I apologize that this is not coming, that I'm not recognizing you right away. Please know that it has to do with me coming back in. You know what I mean? Coming back in as a different person. And some of that stuff is not necessarily something that you remember. So please know that there's no disrespect intended from not remembering you. But the thing is trying to remember, trying to get to know and try to help. Steve, are you in need of help right now? Are you in need of crossing over? Because I feel like that there's a lot of anger.
There is.
And you need to move on to the next stage of where you need to be. You've held on for too long, and I understand, but you need to move forward. Okay, we can help you with that. Do you want our help with that? Look at that.
It's pretty big.
Yep.
So I've embraced him. As you started saying that, I've embraced him, and I'm just holding him like a mother would hold their son, so that he can just be in his feelings right now and clear this memory that's keeping him here, the trauma that's holding him here. The trauma didn't happen in this apartment, obviously, but it's connected to it somehow.
Can I cross him?
Sure.
Are you ready for that?
Yeah, just one more sec. He's venting a lot and he's expressing a lot, and so I just let me have him finish that expression so he doesn't bring anything with him.
In the chat, Joshua says he feels cheated.
Yes. If I'm not careful, he's going to step inside me, and he's that hit for him. He's so hold on. He's so upset. I'm trying to hold on. I got to separate from him and just hold on. Yeah, he's very angry. He was very much cheated. So Greg, do you agree he was cheated?
Yeah. Is he cheated? Is he cheated out of his life?
Everything. He says everything. I lost everything. You didn't, Greg. You didn't lose everything in that lifetime. He did.
Yeah.
And he had to. He lived after the loss. You know what I'm saying? It's not like he's not referencing I died. He's saying he lost everything. And you didn't. And there is some animosity there.
Well.
Okay, so let me just Go ahead. So yeah.
We're gonna have to work through his anger before we can do anything with him.
Yeah. We're getting there. Just a couple more hours. Just kidding. Well, honestly, Greg, you might have to do this, you know, when you, we may have to do it. We may have to close out because he's pretty, this isn't.
I'm going to have to see if I could pick him up through Spirit Box, I think.
Yeah, because it's not, I don't know that, I don't want to rush him. I don't want to force him, obviously. None of us do. And I just want him to feel some love and support, and that we hear him and we'll sit. You know how when something bad has happened to you, no matter how big or small it is, and you just for a second want to be in that sympathy. And it's like, I want to make sure he's not getting caught in it, but I also want him to express it.
He's allowed to own that emotion.
Ryan.
Yes.
This might be a stretch. I don't know, but his father never gave him anything, and his father saw him as a loser and thought that he failed because he came back, if I'm understanding correctly, he came back wounded, and then couldn't do anything. He had PTSD and he was wounded and everything. So I'm feeling the need to ask you if you were speaking to one of your children who was in a situation where it was perceived failure, but it wasn't failure, right? Like, what would you say to them to tell them that they didn't fail? He's needing masculine support.
Yes, he still stepped up and was over there protecting us, whatever it might have been that he was doing. Whether he got hurt or not, he was doing it for the better of others. So there is no failure when you're doing that.
Perfect. He's needing so much masculine support. It's like that just took him down. Me, like, supporting him and holding him wasn't bringing him down. That's bringing him down. I'm just having a conversation right now with him because he's trying to, like, latch on to Bruce. And I'm obviously not wanting that to happen. He's just kind of flailing, you know? Go ahead.
Joshua just said it was internal in his mind. So like a PTSD thing, I think.
Got it.
Which, yeah, anytime somebody's exposed to some of the horrors of war, it can happen. It doesn't even have to be active combat. It can happen to anybody, and it's nothing to be ashamed of.
And there's also the possibility that with him being in the army and then in the military, that it's very quick when the population maybe not necessarily turn on the military, but they pass judgment on them. And, you know, Steve, just know maybe others have turned their back on you, but we haven't. And this is why we are all together right now, is because you need this, and you need to be reminded that what you did was heroic, patriotic, and also doing the best that you possibly could. There was no failure. And I am so sorry that people, and possibly myself, and I'm sorry, I don't know, may have given you that impression, because it's simply not true.
Sorry, I'm going to jump in. Katie's Paranormal just had a nice comment here. He said he made the ultimate sacrifice. He is a hero.
You were his general, Greg.
Oh. So you couldn't have done any better. You did what you were told to do. I mean, honestly, it's like you did what you needed to do, and you followed orders, and you're our hero. Vietnam,
70s, late 70s. not his age, when that was when Vietnam was, yeah?
Late 60s, early 70s.
Okay. And he was bullied in the war for being too sensitive. And so when he left and was struggling with PTSD, he was beating himself up and blaming himself because others give him a hard time that he was too sensitive. And his life was very difficult because of that sensitivity. And someone like him no one should be at war, but someone with that level of sensitivity makes it even worse.
Well, you got to wonder too if it's conscription, like he didn't have a choice to join up.
Right.
So, and Steve, just so you know where I'm at, I am probably one of the most sensitive people ever. And that might be something where it comes from maybe that life and being a general, being in the military, that when I did my new contract to come back, that it's like, I want nothing to do with that because I've seen what it does. And it could very well have been because I saw what it did to you, and I wanted nothing to do with that again.
He's saying, but you bought into it then. You were able to buy into it. You were able to get through it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but Greg was able to play the part. And you weren't. And playing the part, all that means is stifle, repress, and be someone you're not. So, kudos to you, Steve, for being who you were. But let's move you on now, because now that we've had this conversation, what we don't want is to stay stuck. We understand the experience, and it's time for us to let it go and try something new, do something new, be someone new. So, Steve, I think you're ready. Do you guys feel he's ready?
Yeah, I mean, he needs to move on and experience what's next, and he's going to be much happier, and he's going to be reunited with people he hasn't seen in so long. So Steve, if please consider following what we're about to say, and for folks out there watching, for folks out there watching who've seen me do this before, I don't want your energy. I want your intention. And I want your intention to be as follows, that we want Steve to cross over. And what that means is that he will be able to leave behind all those hard emotions that have shaped him all these years, and that we're going to release him from that. And he's going to release himself from that. So Steve, what we're opening for you right now is some light. And you can see some light further on. And from that light, there's actually a small beam of light that is leading right to you. It's a walkway. What I'm asking you to do is please walk towards that light. Walk towards it. There is loved ones who are there with you, who are going to be waiting for you, who are going to welcome you. And I can guarantee, Steve, if you do this, that there is going to be, that you are going to be in a much better place, and you're going to be so much happier, and you're going to be filled with that love and joy that you haven't been able to experience for decades. Steve, will you do this for me? Will you do this for yourself? Please walk to the light. Please keep walking. My pendulum keeps hitting me, actually. Normally I have my spirit box to know where they're at. Miriam, do you know?
Yeah, he's still going.
Yeah. You're still walking towards it, right, Steve? I need you to keep walking. I need you to not be scared. It's not scary. It's very, very beautiful. And you are going to get what you have been wanting for decades. And that is peace of mind. You're going to get love. You're going to get joy. And you'll be able to enjoy your new existence. You will not regret it. And whatever you've done in the past, when you're in the military, you're not going to be in trouble with it. There's not anyone waiting for you to judge you. There's no judgment. All you're going to do is you're going to be greeted by loved ones who you haven't seen in decades. So keep walking, keep going, please.
Okay,
Greg, I
he's
keep
gone.
getting. Oh, sorry.
No, you go.
Keep getting that he needed a final order from you.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I know. And I didn't want to, because I also want to show Steve that I'm not the person that bullied you. Not anymore. This is Greg, your friend, who wants you to pass over and cross over. Okay. You've done well.
He's gone.
He is gone.
He
I could
did it.
feel him.
He did it. Ryan, that was deep. What he just said.
And I felt that. I knew it, but I couldn't do it. You know,
He was definitely he was needing someone else. He's validation.
Yeah.
He was needing validation that none of us could offer him, because it needed to come from him, and we couldn't. No matter what we said or did, we couldn't give him the validation that only he can find. But we gave him the courage to move forward. There's a lot of residual, which I'll obviously deal with. And I'm really having a hard time disconnecting. That has nothing to do with him, but that was a strong everything, like the light and him and okay.
So Joshua just said he said he saw his son. He crossed. It was a son he'd never met. Jill said he saluted in the end and was smiling.
Good.
A son he never met. Wow, I felt that too. When I first told Bruce about the situation, my insides were shaking, like my body was vibrating. I thought, I said to him, "Isn't that weird? My body's vibrating." He couldn't tell, but I could feel it. Is doing it again. I think just because the hold is so tight, and it's for so long.
Miriam, do you know where Steve came from?
What do you mean?
Like where was he born?
Kansas, Arkansas.
Oh, son of a bitch. Okay. So so Saturday at our event in southern Minnesota, Shar picked up on somebody, and she was doing dowsing rods, and she's like, "Do you have anyone in the room that you want to talk to?" And I'm sitting right across from her, and the rods go like this, and she's like, "Someone wants to talk to me," and it was like, "Yes," and it was somebody from down south, and to me, and she picked up Missouri, and and she's like, "I think someone needs crossing over."
Well, and then I texted you 2 nights later?
I don't know. I don't.
Monday.
I don't pay attention to your texts. So. You have my number?
How quickly the compassion just goes out the window. That was crazy.
It was.
That's all I have to say. Viral video. Oh, we did viral video. I'm sorry. Wolf came through Avi. Wolf. Huh.
Yeah.
Ah!
Get it off. Okay. So
there's so many comments. I'm assuming, Ryan, you addressed everybody.
Yeah, I got through a lot of them.
Wow. That was a lot. So can I tell you guys something funny though? Last night we had a situation. We have a cat who, for the sake of conversation, she's feral. Like that's the behavior. She has brain damage, but she behaves feral. So Bruce has these huge leather welder's gloves that he has to use to deal with her. She's older. She was having a little potty situation, and so she didn't run around the house. Bruce is like, go grab me the gloves so I can pick her up. The gloves are in the bathroom, which is where Steve's been this whole time, is in the bathroom. And there's a vanity in the bathroom, and it has 3 doors. one of the doors has never been able to be opened since we moved in. And Bruce even went in there with all his tools and couldn't get it open, right? So I was like, I'm just going to put stuff I don't use regularly on that side, right? So last night when he's like, go get the gloves, I was like, oh crap, they're behind the door I can't open. I'm not kidding you. I walked in and I went, hey, bud, you're really angry. You got to help me open this door because I got to open it real fast. Pulled the door right open, grabbed the gloves. I go out there. I said, Bruce, did you fix that door in the bathroom? And he's like, no, I was trying. I was working on it last night. I couldn't get it open. And I was like, I walked in and opened it. But I asked our ghost to help me because he was so angry to pull the door open. And that thing popped right open. So his anger was used for something useful right before he passed.
That's good. That's good. Very interesting. The whole thing is just very crazy. That's cool. Yeah. It's cool in the sense that we're able to help. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
All right. So any final thoughts on the investigation, Marion, before we move on to the scoreboard?
No, I think a lot was covered. Thank you guys very much. Thank you, Ryan and Greg and Harlow and everybody.
So let's take a look at the scoreboard. Ryan, what happened this week?
So we only had the one video. The three of us voted unknown, and the audience voted mystery and then myth. So we didn't win any favors with that.
Pretty much.
And then we're going to be taking a look at that video with the weird black shadow bird bug thing.
Ghost. Until you don't know it yet. It's a ghost.
Yeah, it's a
ghost. Harlow, what do you think tonight?
There's not much I can add. It was all fascinating, from the Whaley to the investigation. It was awesome.
Absolutely. Folks, this is pretty special to be able to share this sort of stuff and to be able to do a investigation like this and be able to help somebody cross over. So thank you all very much for your intention and for your positive intention, and also for just putting out there what you're feeling and helping Miriam and the rest of us kind of piece this together. With that being said, make sure that you are protecting yourself, just because you're opening yourself up for spirits and stuff, that you close that and make sure that no one is sticking with you. Not that that should be an issue, but just never always. Last minute thoughts or anything, because I don't want you to interrupt me when I close this thing up. Just wondering.
No, I thank you to everyone, Josh and everybody in the audience who was helping. And thank you to you guys for letting me throw this in and not have to do it by myself.
All right. Thank you for joining us on Myth or Mystery. Each week, we bring new videos for you and the panel to weigh in on. If you caught paranormal on camera or have an extraordinary ghost or alien experience you would like to share, please send it through our website, mythormysterylive.com. If you enjoyed our show, please like and share. And I do want to say, if you really thought this was something tonight, like cool or interesting or helpful, please share it out, because there's a lot of work that goes into this, and really would appreciate being able to show more people if that's possible. We're going to be back next Thursday, 7 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Central, here on Myth or Mystery. Everybody, have a wonderful week. Take care. Good dog.